Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Fantom, whose current price stands at the $0.02418 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 1.95%. and in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot structures, the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. And allow me to kickstart the video here on the daily chart by giving you a brief of what has been happening here on the Fantom chart. So Fantom, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, making it to an all-time high at around the $3.5 mark in a movement that I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And after seeing the all-time high, we have been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which has now taken us back to around the $0.16 mark in a movement that I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 2. And after seeing the low for this higher Elliot wave count 2, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upper side in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3 before we see a wave 4, and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to the upper side. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliot wave structure that we have right here, so that it can also give us the long-term scenarios that I expect to play out. If I give you a measure from the all-time high, you can see that Fantom in the bear market has been down more than 90%, and that means there are chances that we might have seen the bear market low. And very soon I'm expecting a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 to the upper side, which is an impulsive wave. And because of that, I also expect to see fractal waves like these in formation within that wave 3 to the upper side, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 to the upper side using a trend-based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave down there to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area to the upper side at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $5.72 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect Fantom to do in the next bull market. So once we see that reversal to the upper side in the next bull cycle, that is the minimum that I would expect this wave 3 to the upper side to do, and also give us an all-time high. And that is the long-term scenario that I'm expecting to play out here on the Fantom chart. And jumping to the 1 hour chart for further analysis and also give you the short-term scenarios that I expect to play out over here. Here on the 1 hour chart, before we made our low, you can see we had been trading within this channel, and that's when we made our low. Then saw a very nice breakout out of the channel to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures. And if I draw my Elliot wave structure over here, we can have that as the first wave to the upper side. Then we saw this ABC corrective structure over here in the formation of a wave 2. Then we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3. Then I'm expecting a wave 4 before we continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this fractal wave that you can see over here, we can get to see whether this wave 3 to the upper side has done the minimum that we expect a wave 3 to the upper side to do by connecting the trend-based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. And that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which is a target area that we fully maximized. And you can see this impulsive movement went back to the fib level 2.618, and that is where we made our high for that wave 3. And that means we have an extended wave 3 to the upper side, and we might have started that reversal to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4. And using the Fibonacci's, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the second wave to the high of that wave 3. And that gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. And I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, which perfectly lies between the $0.21 mark and the $0.2 mark. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting this wave 4 to the lower side to do. And because wave 4 is a corrective wave, I'm also expecting to see an ABC corrective structure over here. So I expect an ABC corrective structure having the wave C fully maximizing the formation of that wave 4 before we see the bounce to the upper side in the formation of this wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. We also have a chart pattern that is supporting that retracement over here to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4. And for those that might have watched my previous videos, I had highlighted these on the previous videos. And on this chart we have a triple top, having this movement to the upper side making the first top. Then we have seen the formation of the first neckline, then we have seen another top, then another neckline. Then yesterday we completed the formation of the third top, and that completes the formation of a triple top. And this is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the tops and the neckline. So we can get that height between the tops and the neckline like that, and then place it down here to give us a minimum target area to the lower side, and that perfectly gives me a minimum target area back to around the $0.21 mark, which perfectly lies within this target area that I have drawn out over here using the Fibonacci's as the minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4. So in case we continue seeing lower prices and manage to break out of this chart pattern, there are chances that Fantom is going to fully maximize the formation of this wave 4 before we see an impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of that wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And you can also note that here on the 1 hour chart we are trading below the 20-day MA. That means the 20-day MA at the moment is acting as resistance, and that means lower prices could be supported because it's acting as resistance and it's giving us a bit of a rejection. And also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI we are trading at around the 34 mark, meaning we have a bit of room for us to continue pushing even lower to support any movements to the lower side before we get into the oversold region. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD you can see we have printed a bearish cross, and that would mean lower prices are coming our way. And I also expect to see an increase in the selling momentum here on the MACD for us to confirm any further movements to the lower side. And that's the update for Fantom.